Today we're playing an extra special Monument to Endurance deck because we are playing a Esper Monument to Endurance Reanimator deck that is using Enigma Jewel. Enigma Jewel is a 1 mana blue legendary artifact that enters tapped and can tap for 2 colorless to spend on activated abilities. This works really well with Collector's Vault so that we can draw, discard, and create a treasure token every single turn. And if we're going to be draw discarding every single turn for free, we're going to be able to trigger our Monument to Endurance every single turn for free, getting us an extra card, a treasure, or draining our opponent for 3. Now if we're going to be drawing, discarding, well, might as well try and reanimate something big. So we're playing Valgavoth Jace, and this big life-linking 9/9 is hard to remove thanks to its ward ability, and it also kind of has some interesting implications with one of the other cards we're playing here in Jace the Perfected Mind. Domain won the Pro Tour. Well, there are several reasons we're playing Jace. Domain won the Pro Tour most recently, and Domain's kind of Achilles heel can be control, because control can kind of stop it from getting on board too much, and then can just run out Jaces and mill them out pretty well, especially in best of 1. The opponent's not playing any counter spells. So Jace going to be our tech against those kind of go big decks, but it also works really well because, well, it's just a planeswalker generating value over turns, but it can also mill the opponent's cards into their graveyard so that we can exile them with Valgavoth and cast them by paying life instead of their mana value. We can cheat out a bunch of cards that way. We're splashing white for Day of Judgment and Get Lost, just so that we have some slightly better removal. One thing that was also interesting in the Pro Tour is a lot of the decks that were the domain decks that were performing pretty well were not playing as many copies of Sunfall. They're playing more Day of Judgments, just because I think for the most part the meta is pretty fast and you want to get your sweeper in just a turn earlier. So that's why we're splashing white and playing Day of Judgment. Let's go hop in some games and see how we can do on the ranked ladder. Okay. If you enjoy these kinds of videos, consider subscribing and leave a like if you enjoy the video. Without further ado though, opponent goes first. This hand kind of slow. We don't really have any removal, but we do have Jace that we could play and take down, mill ourselves, and maybe hit Valgavoth, but that seems like kind of a lot of hoping and dreaming. We only have 1 Surveil land though, so you know what, just because I hate mulliganing, I'm just going to keep it. This is definitely the wrong move. And of course, our opponent here down in the depths of 85% Mythic is of course playing mono red, and they're on the play. It is a great day to be playing Magic the Gathering Arena. Sorry, I haven't played Arena the past few days, because it's kind of tired when I got home, and did not know if I had enough time. But well, the opponent is going to show us what it means to be mono red and deal 12 damage turn 2. No, turn 3, my bad. And our sweeper is 1 turn too short, but also the Heartfire Hero would kill us if we killed it. So okay, well, this hand I'm just gonna keep. We're just gonna keep keeping, and eventually it'll work out, or we'll die fast enough, but it won't matter. I don't think we need a second Jace. Opponent now knows we're playing Jace and we're on Esper. We'll play our Collector's Vault. We can draw, discard some. Drawing the cards in the right order is proving to be difficult here. Opponent is on red, but they have 2 mana open. I think we'll just draw, discard, get rid of the extra vault. What the heck is the opponent up to? Are they a multicolor deck and they only drew their mountains? Lightning Strike? Yes, they are a multicolor deck that only drew their mountains. Intriguing. Well, Jace. I will draw a card. And then we can do that again. We can also Collector's Vault away our Valgavoth and hopefully hit our Zombify. Originally I wasn't playing Zombify, I was playing the invasion they can reanimate any permanent with, but I changed my mind because I figured every turn that we wait to reanimate this giant lifelinking body is probably a turn that we die. And so maybe it's worth... My goodness. What is this land flood here? Opponent stuck on 2. We have hit... Actually, not that many, considering we've been through the top 20 cards. Duplicate Jace. Opponent found the green mana. Forge. Probably should counter that. But it's okay. He'll kill Jace. Another Valgavoth. Soon enough we'll be able to play this Valgavoth. Another Jace. Is not that great. Hard cast. Probably want to draw a card. That's a lot of lands. Well, at this rate, we might be on the Jace plan where we just Jace our opponent. Wait, what? They're playing more than 60 cards. Dear God. We're that low in Mythic. Generally, it's recommended if you're competitively oriented to play 60 cards, your best 60 cards, right? So that you consistently draw into what you want. Oh, we can just cast this now. Cool. And then we can mill the opponent for 3 and steal their top 3 cards. Pugnacious Hammerskull and Overprotect. Cool. I play your Forest. Pass. Opponent doesn't have 3 permanents to get through the ward cost, though I don't think red and green... Actually, green has something that can deal with flyers, or like has multiple spells that can just remove flyers, so they do have that option, but unlikely. Twin Flame Tyrant. Nice. That should deal double damage. It only does 6, but we'll be fine. And then play land, play Jace, and Milia for a bunch. And steal like the majority of your library, hopefully. Sire of 7 Deaths, not bad. Okay. Opponent is cooking. Flick a coin. Play the Sire 7 Deaths, because why not? And get rid of the Twin Flame Tyrant. And hold up this counterspell, can I? I already played a land for turn. I cannot. Oh, I'll play a Twin Flame Tyrant. I was looking for that, and then we have a pump spell, and we can actually kill the opponent thanks to that. GG. Alright. You go first. We will keep this hand. We have 2 mana removal, 3 mana Jace, or Monument. Keep another land. That gives us double white if we draw into one of our sweepers. Opponent blue-black with Jace Avatar. Interesting. I'm assuming they might be playing Dimir then. Nope, Esper. Esper, and they cast Soul Search. This card is pretty nice for discard, but still. Multicolor, maybe they're playing a multicolor matters deck, because it's also another reason to play that card, but roll 2 is the plan, I guess. Jace, go ahead, go out there, draw me a card, please. Mill them. Milled a bunch of lands. We got Collector's Vault to trigger our monument each turn. We can draw another set of cards with Jace. The opponent has a creature to crew their Thopter Fabricator. That would be kind of annoying. We have a backup Jace. Crew 2. So it's pretty low. It's actually another thing that you could just play with the Collector's Vault Monument Jewel combo. I don't think the reanimation strategy is particularly good, but I wanted to play Collector's Vault. I wanted to play Reanimator with Jace and Valgavoth because I saw it. I think Swayze did it, and I thought it looked fun, so we're just jamming everything together. That's why I called this deck Monument Soup. Opponent, thank you so much. I will go draw a new card. Day of Judgment. I guess I'll draw a card with Jace first. Phyrexian Monument, or Phyrexian Arena. Words are hard. Land, Collector's Vault. If the opponent does attack, we can draw, discard the swamp or something, and we'll look at like the top 3 cards of our library. Or sorry, 2 cards of our library, because we'll draw a card from Collector's Vault and draw a card from Monument. So, if the opponent does want to go in with their Thopter Fabricator, we can try and find some removal for it. Opponent also on the Esper mana base. Phyrexian Arena. Okay. I mean, I think I'll activate this just in case. Actually, we don't have any 2-mana counterspells. But if we did find a 1-mana counterspell, we could have created a treasure token with the monument. Okay, we have removal, so we can protect our Jace. Is it worth just minusing it? They're nowhere close to the amount of cards that we need in their graveyards, so we'll just plus up Jace. And we might deplete this Jace at some point to we'll activate Collector's Vault this turn. Jewel is nice. I think I'll get rid of a land then. Okay, draw another card. Another monument is nice. Play the monument, hope it doesn't get countered. Then I'll play the Jewel. Okay, no counterspell. We have Get Lost. We are going to start generating a lot of value over these turns, so the opponent has to kind of find an answer for a board state. Does trigger their Thopter Fabricator with their Phyrexian Arena. They could activate the Restless Reef if they wanted to go in on Jace, but not sure that's what they'll be doing. Memory Guardian, interesting pick. Maybe they're also playing the Simulacrum Synthesizer. They will be able to create their Thopter Fabricator now, but I would highly advise them against it because we kill it and then next turn we Day of Judgment and all they have is their Restless Reef in terms of value on board. Opponent probably wanted to try and get Jace, but I feel like I probably would have still done it because I probably still would have gone for the attack there, but okay, we'll discard an Enigma Jewel since it is legendary. Draw additional cards. Starting to get out of hand over here. Play another Collector's Vault. I do need to make sure that I depopulate. Is it better to run out? We'll run out the Undercity sewers and get an extra surveil here. If we want that, go ahead, draw, discard the swamp, make. Actually, we can just drain the opponent and then depopulate. Now the opponent has to activate one of their man lands to get rid of Jace. In that case, I'll probably just -1 Jace so they're forced to attack into it. Wow, they're on Esper Affinity. I guess Thopter Fabricator is a nice way to do it. They could just play, instead of Arena, Monument plus the, or they could play this package and that, and actually would be kind of cool. Kind of cool. Opponent does not go for their, do we have Valgavoth? We do not have Valgavoth in the yard. Unfortunate, really. Alright, I will take up Jace. This kind of silly. I will get a free draw discard. Opponent. What is the plan? Okay. Pause there for a moment because thought they might rope out, but they're back. We get to draw 2 cards. Another monument is nice. I'll play a land, play the other monument. Seems like they have a counterspell. I don't want to run out my 3 steps ahead, try and copy one of our monuments quite yet, because I have a feeling our opponent is going to respond. So we can do this. I think we'll just start draining the opponent. This one we'll draw a card with. We can actually win on their upkeep now that I think about it. This could get countered. Maybe it's just not worth. Probably not worth. We'll probably be fine. They have like a permanent wrath? I don't know what they would have. I guess there is Cease, which they could cast to destroy all artifacts. Where are you gonna target? Jace. Alright, we don't mind. We have another Jace. We can also assemble the Enigma Jewel or Locust and Enlightenment. And I guess since the opponent is tapped out now, we will go ahead and win the game. I was afraid they were going to counter, but they're going to tap out. We can go ahead and draw discard. And since it's a new turn, their turn, instead of our turn, we get the monument triggers again. GG. Alright, our opponent, I feel like, had in the case of drawing the right cards in the wrong order, or drawing cards in a kind of lopsided order last game, so kind of a tough match for them. You go first. Is this hand good enough? We'll give it a go. My anti-mulligan tech, is it going to come back to bite me? Probably. We have nothing to activate our monument, and we have nothing to discard to reanimate with Zombify, so this is a great hand. Truly a great hand. Yeah, this deck probably trying to do a few too many different things, but hey man, I can't help it. The deck building. Ooh, okay. Surveil land. Is this going to be the domain matchup? Do we get to try and win against domain through the power of Jace? Another Surveil land. It is not another color, so it looks like it's just a Selesnya deck, which is a little sad. I was hoping it was Zur domain. I have to say, if Zur domain like Overlords becomes a problem, I suspect, or like this would be my opinion, if it stays like, okay, maybe it is domain. If it does stay at the top of the meta over the course of if I play this out, can they Leyline Binding? Yeah, they can drop land and Overlord and then Leyline Binding. That would be less than ideal. I was just thinking about playing Jace and taking it down -2. Well, if they Leyline Binding, we can actually get it back eventually with one of our get lost, and we'll get all the loyalty back. So we'll just go for it. Yeah. Domain Overlords spotted. Alright, now we get to actually test the theory. Does Jace dunk on domain? Seems to make sense. but I think you have to have like a controlling enough deck to hold back whatever you're facing. Another Jace, that's kind of what we want. We only have 4 cards in their graveyard, so not gonna get much out of this, but that should be fine. They haven't played a Cavern of Souls, so we could try and counter Azure if like Azure is gonna come down. I think we like that. We make the opponent tack into our Jace and we try and counter the Azure. Opponent scoops it up. GG. Well, we are now officially 1-0 against a main, if that counts for anything. We get to go first. That's always great. Our hand kind of works together well. The only thing we're missing was the Enigma Jewel. Zombify. We don't have anything to zombify yet. I get rid of it then, I think. Now we do tell the opponent what we're up to. Eroded Canyon. Eroded Canyon. Opponent on Is It. Is an Is It aggressive deck? Probably not if they're playing Demo Field. Monument. Opponent has 2 mana open, so I forgot about the 2 mana attack spells. They do not go for the monument. You've made a grave mistake, opponent. They might actually have artifact removal. What the heck? Okay, GG. Alright, well, what can I say? Our deck is so good. They just concede at the thought of playing it, or playing against it. This hand, 2 lands. Do we keep? I don't think we keep. Man, these hands have been looking suspect. I gotta say, I'm not so convinced this deck is it. These hands look very, very suspicious. Do we just count on the Day of Judgment? Yeah, sure. Opponent definitely does not have duress. Okay, the opponent definitely does not have duress, but they do have 20 damage in their hand, probably. And they're ready to show us. Opponent has instant speed burn. No. They did nothing with their 1 red mana. Slick Shot Show Off. That is terrifying. The reason Slick Shot Show Off is terrifying because it means the opponent is probably on the more one-shot kill shot type of red. Because this card works really well with pump spells because it gets +2 +0. Crap. A tap land. Treasure so we can counterspell? Or draw another card? I can't play my Enigma Jewel if I plan to counter here, but I think we need to potentially counterspell. Archive, I don't think we need lands at this point. I think we need a Zombify. Alright. Pass. 3 mana. We got the counter. But the opponent could have like Calisel Sword is the main thing I'm concerned about here. Or by Calisel Sword I mean Burn Together, which deals damage equal to creature's power. They go ahead and plot, and they shock our face. I already have regrets about how I played. I should have gone for the extra card. I guess I can counter the shock here and save ourselves 2 life. Maybe that's worth it. I mean, I don't die if I don't counter this, but I probably should counter it. Land off the top, untap. Do we have an untapped land? No, we didn't have an untapped land on top. Jace, that's pretty good, but oh my goodness. Oh wait, we can activate Vault at least, because we can discard this and then make a treasure here, and we'll have the same amount of mana. So we go at least one card deeper, if that means anything. 5. Is 5 enough, opponent? Plays hero, doesn't have haste, but they could have the pump spell that gives it haste. That's not the pump spell that gives it haste. 2 mana open. The sacrifice effect would also kill us. Get lost. Yikes. This is a series of pretty bad cards here. Early playing Jace and just taking it up on our fire hero is fine. Opponent, attack the Jace. It's scary, surely, right? Oh gosh. Oh gosh. If they have Monstrous Rage, we die. That does also kill us. Okay, opponent goes first. This hand kinda atrocious. Maybe better. It's probably a bit troll, but ooh, Jewel plus Collector's Vault. Another Day of Judgment. I'll keep it. Play the Jewel. Play land. Opponent on Golgari here, playing mismatched basics. Holy moly, yeah, we are. We got the low MMR now. Opponent is on the 230 card special. Or probably, definitely more than that. 250? 240? Draw, discard. the Chase Mill Plan. Yeah, we got this. We're gonna keep Jace. Jace is gonna get there, guys. Trust. It will make it through 228 cards. Look, the opponent's already helped us with their Overlord and their Bramble Familiar. Zombify? That's not Zombify. Gosh darn it. Surely the opponent is in a graveyard deck. They look like they might be a graveyard deck. They have Squirming Emergence, Coiling Rebirth, Broodheart Engine, Overlord of the Bale Merc. Oh, I don't have a counterspell for that. That's not good. That is not good. I guess we can't mill them. Oh. Oh. Turn it around. Turn it around. Ready? We steal the top 9 cards of their library. We can cast them, paying life. Surely this is good. That seems pretty good. Unreal. Oh, wait, we could have milled you more. Opponent, where are you going? Okay, opponent goes first. Do we want to keep this? I don't think so. We got 2 tapped lands, but we do have Day of Judgment. If we can just survive. If we can just survive, we can, Day of Judgment. But that's not really a good plan. It's not typically a good plan, but I'm just no mulligans today. Nope. Not happening. Ghost Vacuum. Gosh darn it, opponent. It's fine. We have our backup plan of Monument. We'll keep that so we have our 4 lands. We can get rid of the Zombify in our hand when we get the chance. Play the land, the Jewel. Collector's Vault works well with the Jewel, because we can then actually hard cast. We can hard cast Valgavoth if we get enough treasures with Jewel plus Bolt. Opponent Deduce. Actually, we should be playing Deduce in this deck if you want to get extra jewel value. Kind of forgot about that card. Fine. Opponent has 3 mana open. Surely this resolves. I want it to resolve, but I don't think it will. Or maybe the opponent is just gonna crack their clue, and that was their grand plan. Quick study. We can't ever really do anything into this ghost vacuum with our Zombify unless we give them a reason to tap out or tap it down. Yeah, we're gonna just get rid of Zombify. Opponent has 4 mana open. They have 4 mana open. We just gotta pass. Counter whatever their big plan is, or yeah, pretty much. And then hopefully get to enough treasures on with our Collector's Vault plus Enigma Jewel to play Jace and hold up Counterspell. Because we want our Jace to resolve here. I don't think we need this many lands. That opponent hasn't shown us any reason to keep this Day of Judgment, so I might just get rid of that for the time being. Might have been a mistake. Usually when I get rid of it, it's probably a sign that it was a bad thing to do. Jace. Next turn we can slam Valgavoth and then mill them with the Jace at the same time. If we can get this to resolve and we get to keep our treasures. Probably not going to get it to resolve, I assume, but since our opponent seems to be playing Dimir control, 3 steps ahead. They have 2 mana open, so they could be holding up another counter spell. I think we just let this go, and then we counter whatever they do, potentially. Whatever I draw, though, I think I'm going to have to discard, unfortunately. With the vault. Because we have land drop, Valgavoth. Dang it, we should be playing Cavern of Souls. I keep forgetting about these sorts of things. Just play like Cavern of Souls if you're playing a big thing that you want to resolve. Every single domain deck was playing Cavern of Souls so that they could play it on Avatar and cast their Overlords without being countered. Oh my goodness, opponent is got the fun game plan of genuinely don't let the opponent do anything. And they're probably just going to cast Jace or something and win that way. They used one of their 3 steps ahead. We haven't used any of ours, so we're in a better spot. And if they let this Monument to Endurance resolve, we'll start putting the pressure on them. Because we'll get the free extra card draw thanks to Enigma Jewel. Kind of want this to resolve, but the Jaces are also pretty good. Yeah, alright. Whatever. I don't think we can afford to throw down our 3 steps ahead. We want to use it on countering whatever they do. Do I even draw discard with the Collector's Vault Enigma Jewel? I feel like I ought to, because I get the treasure. Ghost Vacuum. Yeah, they're just never gonna tap down their Ghost Vacuum on their turn, I don't think. Opponent sees the Monument. Works really well with the... What? What are you getting rid of? We're gonna get rid of all of our islands? Is that the grand plan? Day of Judgment? Zombifies? Like, we don't care about any of those things. Collecting evidence here seems pretty troll. Zombify, yeah. You have Ghost Vacuum. What the heck? Opponent, you just tapped out. You just tapped out. We will play Valgavoth, and then we'll have Valgavoth. I guess they might have Edict. Opponent sees what we have in our hand and scoops it up. Alright, you go first. Do we keep this hand? We do not have any of our verges to turn on these things, or any of our surveillance to turn on our verge lands, or our basics to turn on our Verge lands. So we're stuck with a black source and a white source, which really only allows us to cast Get Lost, Collector's Vault, and I guess Zombify, but we don't even have 3 lands. Yeah, whatever, keep it, you know? Surely this couldn't go wrong. We have Get Lost and Collector's Vault. Clearly this is gonna go great. Is it? I wasn't saying is it as in is it going to go great, because I was saying is it because they're playing is it. Storm Chaser's Talent. There is a version of the like monument decks that are playing Storm Chaser's Talent plus this town ain't big enough. So maybe that, nope, Temur. Okay, it's Temur Otters combo perhaps. That's kind of scary. But if we get lost there, nope, it's, I keep getting confused. This is a blue source, so we can play the Jewel. Play the Jewel, play it tapped. I don't know if we want to run out the second Collector's Vault. I think we hold up Get Lost. So we can get rid of the Scrounging Skyray in case the opponent has a big cycle here. Gets counters for each number of cards you discard. Opponent is going to discard. Scrounging Skyray triggers. Discarded Sleight of Hand. I feel like I'm a little confused what the opponent's deck is focused on doing, because it seems to be both a prowess deck and a draw discard deck. I think I'll just take 5 and hopefully find Valgavoth. Darn it, it's not Valgavoth. We'll get rid of the swamp. We're gonna have a treasure token, so I don't think we need to worry about mana too much right now. Play the Meticulous Archive. It's Valgavoth. No, it's not. Land for next turn? Sure. I just discarded a land, but hey, don't ask questions. Questions are not allowed. Whoops, I meant to activate this rather than tap that, but you get the idea. We don't need Collector's Vault, I don't think. I mean, it could double trigger our monument, but I think we're good. We can get lost something at instant speed if we're afraid. Opponent could have an answer to all of our artifacts here. There are cards that do sweep all artifacts and enchantments, but I don't think I've ever ran into someone playing it. We made a video on it with Eater of All, or not Eater of All. Is it Eater of All? I think that's actually the name of the card. Kiora, okay. Fingerback Tear. So it seems to be a Temur good stuff deck. What our opponent is playing here. Just playing whatever kind of strong cards in Temur. Kind of fun. We'll draw, discard away the Enigma Jewel. Opponent is going to map. Makes sense. It is a land. We will need to get rid of this Kiora most likely. Draw, discard, attract. Nope, I was about to say Val. I almost said Atraxa, but I meant to say Valgavoth. And it was not Valgavoth. Alright. I'm gonna play another Collector's Vault and activate that one. Remember how I said I don't need another Collector's Vault? I lied. I should have kept the other one, because apparently we're not going to draw into anything. Do I want treasure? I don't think so. We're just going to start doing damage. You can sacrifice treasure to get lost Kiora before attacks. Presumably they're going to go ahead and cast a spell. Bolt Wave? Whoa. Down to 10. We're going to be taking 2. Bolt Wave down to 7. We're going to be taking 3. Down to 4 rather. Or 3. Yeah, 4. Counting hard. Math no good. Brain small. Okay, no pump spells. Cross our fingers. If they have a Monstrous Rage. Okay. They did not have Monstrous Rage. Where are our sweepers? Taking 2. Unless they have multiple they did have Stingerback Terror, so maybe they have dragons. No way, the double Stingerback Terror in hand. Okay, well, GG. Can't argue with that. Here's the card real quick. It deals damage equal to the number, additional damage equal to the number of dragons you reveal, which, now that I think about it, this card is actually going to be legal in standard when we get Dragonstorm, which is kind of cool. Alright, that is going to do it for this video. Hopefully you enjoyed. I will say this deck definitely way more of a I just threw it together deck, so I do apologize for that, but hopefully the video was entertaining regardless. Do I think this deck is very good? Well, we win 6-3 with the deck, but we're not going to be a results-based Andy here, and we're going to say that, yeah, I probably don't think this deck is very good. I think we're just trying to do a few too many different things that don't necessarily lead to much cohesion, and since we're playing so many different things, or trying to squeeze so many different things into our deck, we're not really doing any of them particularly well, and we're also not running probably enough for removal, because you saw every mono red game that we played, we kind of got smashed because we, well, didn't really remove their stuff in a timely fashion. So that's just deck building tips here, or like what I would change about this deck going forward is probably change it up significantly, but hopefully it was fun regardless. Anyways, have a nice morning, evening, night, afternoon, wherever and whenever you're watching. Take care of yourself. Ciao.